As Assistant Director for General Services, I oversee 4 divisions, including capital projects, vehicle operations, facilities maintenance, and real property. And although I cannot take credit either for the projects that you're going to be seeing over the next few minutes, as I'm a relative newcomer to the county as well, it is my privilege to provide you a snapshot of the sustainability efforts in Santa Barbara County and share with you some examples of significant events, projects, and future plans in Santa Barbara County government related to sustainability, particularly in the area of renewable energy. With the adoption of Assembly Bill AB 32, California took the lead in the effort to address the effects of global warming. Signed into law by Governor Schwarzenegger in 2006, the main goal of AB 32 was establishing a statewide goal to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 15% by the year 2020, thereby reaching 1990 greenhouse gas emission levels. And a secondary goal to bring those emission levels 80% below the 1990 level by the year 2050. In the months and years following the adoption of AB 32, municipalities across California began adopting local goals and regulations to assist the state in meeting these aggressive targets. Santa Barbara County was no exception. On March 17, 2009, the Santa Barbara County Board of Supervisors adopted a resolution which committed Santa Barbara County to take immediate, cost-effective, and coordinated steps to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. As a result, the county prepared a 2010 Sustainability Action Plan and began work on an Energy and Climate Action Plan which addressed permitted activities in the unincorporated areas of the county. In 2011, the county received a grant from Southern California Edison for the development of policies and plans that address energy efficiency reduction efforts. With this funding, the county has completed a benchmarking policy and an energy action plan which have been adopted by the board. In addition, this funding assisted in the development of a building commissioning policy which General Services will be bringing to the board later this year. In addition to developing various plans and policies, Santa Barbara County has also completed numerous projects related to renewable energy, including the installation of 2 large-scale solar arrays. The project pictured on the screen is located here in Santa Barbara, completed in 2012, and consists of 4,500 individual solar panels. The system was projected to generate 1.7 million kilowatt hours annually, but to date, it is exceeding those expectations by approximately 8%. The system provides approximately a third of the electricity consumed at our Calle Real campus and saves the county approximately $250,000 a year in energy costs. The Laguna County Sanitation District, operated by the Resource Recovery and Waste Management Division of our Department of Public Works, has installed another 1 megawatt solar photovoltaic array. This system, located in the northern part of Santa Barbara County near Santa Maria, reduces the district's energy costs by approximately $235,000 per year, a 70% reduction, along with reducing carbon emissions by 700 tons per year. Laguna Sanitation also operates a wastewater reclamation plant that processes approximately 2.4 million gallons of wastewater per day, providing recycled effluent that is used for nearby agricultural irrigation. Although AB 32 ushered in a new era of urgency and action related to climate change and a focus on energy efficiency, Santa Barbara County was integrating the principles of sustainability and utilizing renewable energy long before AB 32. In 2004, as part of a major renovation to the historic County Hall of Records, a large geothermal heating and cooling system was designed and installed. The Hall of Records, which you are scheduled to visit later in the day as part of your afternoon field trip, is a 10,000 square foot building which adjoins the historic county courthouse here in downtown Santa Barbara. The historic nature of both the buildings and the grounds presented unique challenges when planning the renovation, particularly when designing the replacement for the aging gas-fired steam boilers. Those boilers were actually placed on the ground and the building was built around them when the original building was constructed. Having already directed the installation of the first geothermal well for a government building in California in 2002, Robert Uli, our county's architect, turned to that technology again for use at the Hall of Records. Constrained by the requirements of the U.S. Department of Interior for the care of historic buildings, Mr. Uli worked with a local engineer to design a geothermal system for the Hall of Records. Consisting of 32 interconnected boreholes, the geothermal system allowed the county to achieve 2 significant goals on this project. First, it provided efficient heating and cooling of the building, producing annual savings of approximately $64,000 in utility costs. And second, achieving this performance with no permanent impact to the historic setting of the grounds, landscaping, or buildings. Another aspect of the renovation to the Hall of Records takes advantage of natural daylight to reduce energy consumption. This involved the restoration of the elegant skylight which adorns the building. The skylight had been covered over sometime in the 1970s due to leakage issues, with roofing material physically attached to the window framing. As the roofing material was removed, as seen in this slide, it was discovered that the roofing had actually preserved the skylight in relatively good condition, making the ensuing renovation less time-consuming and expensive than had been anticipated. Again, you will have the opportunity this afternoon to tour this magnificent building with Mr. Uli and see firsthand many more of the innovative concepts used in the renovation. Another area in which Santa Barbara County is promoting sustainability and energy efficiency is in our Vehicle Operations Division. On January 10, 2014, Vehicle Operations deployed 4 all-electric Nissan Leafs in our fully automated shared motor pool system. Hybrid vehicles had already made up 30% of that pool of vehicles, but this was our first attempt to integrate fully electric vehicles into our fleet. Drivers are required to view a short PowerPoint training before using one of these vehicles. To date, over 135 of our registered drivers have viewed the training and are now able to choose an electric vehicle if it is appropriate for their planned trip. I happen to be driving one of those electric vehicles today. In the 2-month period since the cars have been available, they have cumulatively been driven over 3,500 miles and are conservatively getting the equivalent of 100 miles per gallon of gas while emitting 0 emissions. Santa Barbara County has also installed 13 public electric vehicle charging stations across the county and has seen the use of these stations increase over 300% over the past year. Santa Barbara County is not only working to promote sustainability and energy efficiency in our internal operations, we are also encouraging the citizens of the county to do the same. Empower SBC is a voluntary building efficiency program developed and run by the Santa Barbara County Community Services Department. Empower SBC utilizes market-based solutions to stimulate the local economy and reduce energy consumption by helping private property owners plan and finance the completion of energy improvement projects. Empower SBC has developed 6 functional service areas, including expert energy advising, community education and outreach, workforce development and training, financing for residential energy improvements, local customer service, and rebates for residential energy improvements. Since its launch in 2011, Empower SBC's broad range of services and program activities has attracted well over 3,000 individuals to actively engage with the program. As a result of the program participation numbers you see on the screen, this innovative program has led to statewide recognition and over $5 million in additional grant funding from the California Energy Commission and California Public Utilities Commission. This funding will be used to implement Empower 3.0, a strategic plan designed to implement the Empower model throughout the county area, which includes the Tri-County area, which includes Santa Barbara, Ventura, and San Luis Obispo counties. This regional model will attract more participation from homeowners and contractors, leading to increased economic activity and enhanced environmental benefits. I spent the last few minutes detailing ways Santa Barbara County has already begun to address the challenge of making its operations more sustainable and energy efficient. I'd like to spend the next few talking about the future. 2 weeks ago, on March 4th, the Santa Barbara County Board of Supervisors adopted a zero net energy resolution, which reads in part, all new Santa Barbara County-owned facilities and major renovations beginning design after 2025 be constructed as zero net energy facilities with an interim target for 50% of new facilities beginning design after 2020 to be zero net energy. Santa Barbara County departments shall also take measures toward achieving zero net energy for 50% of the square footage of existing Santa Barbara County-owned facilities by 2025 and the remaining 50% by 2035. Although there are various definitions of zero net energy as it relates to buildings, the basic premise is it represents a facility that on an annual basis only consumes as much energy as it produces from renewable sources while still remaining an acceptable level of service and functionality. This is typically achieved through a combination of increased energy efficiency in conjunction with the installation of renewable energy systems. In this part of California, these systems typically consist of solar, photovoltaics, and/or wind turbines. Governmental entities are increasing their focus on zero net energy regulations for the simple fact that buildings are the largest user of energy by sector, consuming 40% of the total energy delivered in the United States today. Adoption of the Zero Net Energy Resolution brings Santa Barbara County in alignment with emerging strategies and regulations from both the federal and state level related to zero net energy. California's first long-term energy efficiency strategic plan, adopted in September 2008, included zero net energy targets for both residential and commercial construction. Executive Order B 1812, issued in 2012, established zero net energy goals for state-owned facilities, which are similar to the goals included in the resolution being considered, or the resolution that was adopted by the board several weeks ago. Finally, at the federal level, Executive Order 13514, issued in 2009, requires a phased increase in energy efficiency for new federal buildings, which will result in a zero net energy requirement of all new federal buildings beginning design after 2030. Achieving zero net energy will require significant effort. However, the number of zero net energy facilities being constructed is increasing annually, evidence that ZNE buildings are both achievable and desirable. The studies shown here demonstrate the viability of zero net energy projects. In addition, a 2012 study conducted by Pacific Gas and Electric concluded zero net energy commercial buildings can be built with existing technologies and with only a marginal increase in the costs compared to conventional buildings. The Zero Net Energy Resolution adopted by the board includes goals for both new construction and existing facilities. Achieving zero net energy in our existing facilities will require not only an increase in overall facility energy efficiency, but also a substantial investment in new renewable energy production. General Services, through its Energy Management Office, has developed a concept renewable energy transition plan. This plan provides a phased framework for making these investment decisions. Phases 1 through 3 of this plan identify 115 potential individual renewable energy projects at existing county-owned facilities. Phase 1 of this plan includes the installation of renewable energy systems at a total of 15 sites throughout the county. The estimated installation cost for implementing Phase 1 is $946,000, with an estimated return on investment of less than 10 years. We have also developed similar detailed plans for Phases 2 and 3 of this concept energy transition plan. We also have developed numerous examples of schematic preliminary layouts for the installation of solar photovoltaic systems associated with the renewable energy transition plan for existing county facilities. In the next 2 months, General Services will be asking the Board of Supervisors to adopt a comprehensive building commissioning policy. Commissioning is the process of performing a comprehensive building evaluation to validate and improve building system performance. Studies have found that both new construction commissioning and existing building retro commissioning projects can be cost-effective across a broad range of building types and sizes, resulting in average energy savings of 10% and 15% respectively. Our county learned this firsthand at Casa Nueva, which is another building you will have the opportunity to visit as part of this workshop. I believe you're scheduled to visit that on Saturday morning. Completed in 2004, it is another example of Santa Barbara County's early efforts to address energy efficiency and sustainability issues long before AB 32. It is also an example of the importance of properly commissioning a building when it is complete or when significant upgrades are made to mechanical systems. The design included numerous features specifically geared toward achieving high energy efficiency, but after 2 years in service, it was clear the building was not achieving the performance that was expected. With the help of an energy audit conducted by Southern California Edison, the county completed retro commissioning of the building, with HVAC and lighting systems being adjusted and balanced as per the original design parameters. The graph on the screen shows the annual electric consumption of the building, and as you can see, over the 2-year period of 2007 and 2008, this retro commissioning process resulted in a 25% decrease in electrical consumption of the building. Developed under a grant provided by Southern California Edison, the policy, if adopted, will ensure all new applicable county construction and major renovation projects are commissioned prior to occupancy, as well as provide a framework for ongoing assessment of facilities for their suitability to be retro commissioned. The goal of this presentation was to highlight some of the significant programs Santa Barbara County has developed to promote sustainability and energy efficiency. We recognize, however, that sustainability is also about the combined efforts of many smaller actions. In a recent sustainability update to the Board of Supervisors, we presented details on efforts, both large and small, that every department in the county has taken to promote the wise use of all our resources. From transitioning to a more paperless environment, to installing recycling containers, to telecommuting when appropriate, Santa Barbara County is working hard to become more efficient and sustainable. I know you'll enjoy the rest of your time here in Santa Barbara, and I look forward to seeing you all again this evening.